coming into the season, everyone was thinking, the Niners, it's just such a brutal schedule, partially because it's such a brutal division. And they didn't do well in the division last year. Now we're looking at it, and I'm starting to wonder, how good is the NFC West really, Dad?
Well, based on 3 games, only one team has a winning record.
It's the Rams.
The Rams. And haven't looked that great. In addition, Iggy, could you explain this, the point, giving up more points or scoring more points?
Point differential.
Point
differential. Plus, minus. Have you scored more points or given up more points? Yeah.
I looked, and maybe I looked it up wrong, but the Niners are the only team in the division, including the Rams, that have a positive point differential. So
they're plus 10. The Rams are minus 9.
Yeah. So it's presenting itself early on as way overrated and a weak division. Yeah. Now, it could change. I always want to say things. I've seen things change, but based on reality now, the Seahawks suck.
They suck.
And Arizona almost
sucks. No, they suck.
They suck.
Now, they're going to get DeAndre Hopkins back halfway through the season. He's suspended for performance-enhancing drugs, and he's good, although he's 30. They suck.
They suck. The Niners may suck.
No, they don't suck. No. Their defense is way too good for them.
Okay, the defense. I forgot.
Their defense is way too good for them to suck. The Niners are...
Okay.
They're flawed, and the Niners are fatally flawed. We've talked about it forever. With Jimmy, they're fatally flawed. That's why they brought in Lance. The Rams seem to be way not as good as last year. Seriously, not as good as last year.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't run the ball. They lost Odell Beckham Jr. Matthew Stafford has an elbow thing and throws a lot of picks, and they lost their left tackle. Yeah, they got problems.
Yeah. So what I mean is, if you come in first in your division, you're in, right?
Yep.
I think it's possible somebody could come first in the division with a 9-8 record.
It's possible. Yeah. I'm with you.
As bad as Denver is, they're 2-1.
That's right.
With that coach, as bad as the Niners are, they could be 9-8 and be in the playoffs. So this season is going to be a very interesting journey.
I think what we're seeing, there's some exceptions. Philly and Miami have their offenses clicking right now. But what we're seeing is every year, like, the offseason gets more and more ridiculous, where there's like less practices, less preseason games, less starters playing in the preseason games. And I think you can get your defense up to speed a little bit faster. I mean, there's less synchronization. It's more like flying around, hitting. But on offense, I think you see some really bad offense in September in the NFL. Mediocre at best. And then the teams that don't get a bunch of injuries and win some games, by the time it's November, they kind of get their stuff together. But it's rare to see good offense in September, which is bad for the league.
Because it means it's a lot of mediocre football.
We're watching preseason right now. This is preseason.
Yeah, what we're looking at now is bad football. I agree with you. Yes.
And the NFL just like massive, like, oh well, you're enjoying it, right? Like you got your fantasy football. It's like, yeah, this is mediocre at best. Can't you improve your play?
I'm with you. I have other things I want to say. We also thought the Niners had a very hard schedule because they have the AFC West. Well, I'm not sure the AFC West is as good as we thought it was either.
Raiders suck.
0-3.
The only 0-3 team in the league. The Niners just lost to the Broncos, so they don't have to worry about them anymore. And I mean, the Chargers, they lose. And their guys hurt. And the Chiefs just lost.
Got beat.
Just got beat. So
So
there's no juggernaut in that team in that division. No.
So we had talked in the offseason, boy, this is a tough schedule the Niners have. It's not a tough schedule.
No.
I mean, there are occasional really tough games, but I think the Chiefs would be very challenging for them. I don't think any other teams in the AFC West or the NFC West. So say, do you fire them at the end of the season? Let's see how the season plays out.
Yeah. Let's see how the season plays out. Absolutely. Agree.
Because I think they could be a playoff team at 9-8.